National Nurses Day. I want to say thank you to all of the nurses worked with me, and to all the nurses I met, and to all nurses all over the world who think that this is a job which can add more to life. National Nurses Day, there is a lot of negotiations about or differences about the day of the Nurses Day or National Nurses Day. Some of them they think that it is 6th of May, and some of them they make a week of the Nurses Day. At the end of the 19th century, the lady with the lamp, or as she is more kindly known, Florence Nightingale, founded modern nursing. Uh, Thanks to her strict use of hand washing and hygiene practices while caring for wounded soldiers in the Crimean War, Nightingale and her helpers reduced the death rate from 42 to 42% to 2%, ushering in nursing as we know it today. On May 6, we recognize the important role nurses play in our life by celebrating National Nurses Day. About the history of the National Nurses Day, National Nurses Day is the first day of National Nursing Week, which concludes on May 12, Florence Nightingale's birth. Yet the week was first observed in the US in October 1954 to mark the uh, the 100th-year anniversary of Nightingale pioneering work in Crimea. In 1953, Dorsey Sutherland of the U.S. Department of Health, Education, and Welfare sent a proposal to President Eisenhower asking him to proclaim a Nurse Day in October of the following year to coincide with the anniversary. Although the president didn't act, the celebration was observed thanks to bill sponsored by preservative by Representative Francis Bolton, and the following year a new bill was introduced to Congress lobbying for official recognition of the celebration. 20 years later, in February of 1974, President Nixon proclaimed a National Nurse Week to be celebrated annually in May. Over the next 8 years, various nurses organizations, includes the American Nurses Association, railed to support calls for a national recognition day for nurses on May 6, which was eventually proclaimed by President Ronald Reagan in 1982. With over 3 million working nurses in the US today, nurses make up the highest percentage of the US healthcare workforce. Although you might not imagine it, nurses are more likely to sustain a back injury on a shift than construction workers, and they walk an average of 5 kilometers per shift as caring for other health in such an active job. If you think nurses are only found in hospital, then think again. The majority of registered nurses, 59%, practice elsewhere, such as in a nursing home or on home visits. They work across communities to keep people worldwide happy and healthy, and National Nurses Day is the perfect opportunity to show your appreciation for their important work. So I want to say Happy Nurses Day to all the nurses I know, to all the nurses I worked with, or we worked together, to all nurses I met, I have ever met, and to every nurse that or who think that is a job which adds more to the society, which adds more to the human being. Thank you.